The 1981 United States quarter dollar is part of a long-running Washington quarter series, which has featured the portrait of George Washington since 1932. The D mint mark indicates that the coin was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the primary mints responsible for circulating coinage in the United States. An untitled, likely meaning uncirculated 1981, D quarter refers to a coin that has never been used in everyday transactions and therefore retains its original mint luster, sharp details, and lack of wear. The obverse front of the coin displays a left-facing profile of George Washington, accompanied by the inscriptions "Liberty" above, "In God We Trust" to the left of his neck, and the date 1981 below. These inscriptions reflect both national identity and historical tradition. Liberty symbolizes the core founding ideal of the United States, while "In God We Trust," officially adopted as the national motto in 1956, reflects cultural and historical expressions of faith in the country's heritage. The reverse back of the coin features a heraldic eagle with outstretched wings, clutching arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing readiness for defense and desire for peace. Above the eagle appears "United States of America," with "E Pluribus Unum," a Latin phrase meaning "out of many one," positioned above the eagle's head, emphasizing unity among the states. The denomination quarter dollar is inscribed below. The coin is composed of a copper-nickel clad structure, consisting of an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core, giving it durability and a silvery appearance. In 1981, quarters were not widely saved in uncirculated rolls by the public compared to later decades, making high-grade specimens somewhat more desirable to collectors, especially those graded MS-65 or higher by professional grading services. However, the 1981 D quarter is not considered rare in general, as millions were minted, though pristine examples with strong strike quality and minimal marks can carry a modest premium. Collectors often evaluate such coins based on luster, strike sharpness, especially in Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers, and the absence of contact marks or discoloration. Additionally, no silver was used in quarters by 1981. Silver content ended in 1964, so its value is primarily numismatic rather than based on precious metal content. Overall, an uncirculated 1981 D Washington quarter represents a small but meaningful piece of American monetary history, reflecting both the artistic continuity of U.S. coin design and the cultural ideals expressed through its enduring inscriptions: "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and "E Pluribus Unum." Next up. The 1982 D United States quarter dollar is another issue from a long-standing Washington quarter series, which has honored George Washington on its obverse since its introduction in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of his birth. The D mint mark on this coin signifies that it was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the key branches of the United States Mint responsible for striking circulating coinage. An untitled coin in this context is most likely intended to mean uncirculated, referring to a coin that has not entered general circulation and therefore retains its original mint brilliance, crisp details, and absence of wear caused by handling and commerce. The obverse design features a left-facing bust of George Washington, designed by sculptor John Flanagan, with the inscriptions "Liberty" prominently displayed above, the national motto, "In God We Trust," positioned to the left of Washington's neck, and the year 1982 below the portrait. These inscriptions are deeply symbolic. Liberty reflects the foundational principle of freedom upon which the United States was established, while "In God We Trust," officially adopted as the national motto in 1956, represents a long-standing cultural expression of faith and trust in divine guidance. On the reverse side, the coin displays a powerful heraldic eagle with wings spread wide, clutching a bundle of arrows in one talon and an olive branch in the other, symbolizing the nation's readiness to defend itself while maintaining a desire for peace. Above the eagle is the inscription "United States of America," and just above the eagle's head appears the Latin phrase "E Pluribus Unum," meaning "out of many, one," which emphasizes the unity of the states forming a single nation. The denomination quarter dollar is inscribed below the eagle, completing the reverse design. The 1982 D quarter is composed of a copper-nickel clad construction, consisting of outer layers made of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a core of pure copper, giving the coin durability and a silvery appearance without containing any precious metal. Silver had been removed from circulating quarters after 1964. A particularly interesting aspect of the 1982 issue is that the United States Mint did not produce official uncirculated mint sets for collectors that year, which makes finding true uncirculated examples somewhat more challenging compared to surrounding years. As a result, high-grade 1982 D quarters, especially those graded MS-65 or higher by professional grading services, are more desirable among collectors than typical circulated pieces, even though the overall mintage was still in the hundreds of millions. Collectors evaluate these coins based on several factors, including the strength and sharpness of the strike, notably in Washington's hair details and the eagle's feathers, the presence of original mint luster, and the absence of contact marks, scratches, or discoloration. Because most examples entered circulation, many surviving coins show wear, making pristine specimens stand out. Despite this, the 1982 D quarter is generally not considered rare in lower grades, but it holds a special place in numismatics due to the lack of official mint sets and the relative scarcity of well-preserved pieces. Overall, an uncirculated 1982 D Washington quarter represents both a continuation of a classic American coin design and a subtle collectible challenge, embodying the enduring national ideals expressed through its inscriptions Liberty, In God We Trust, and E Pluribus Unum, while also reflecting the economic and production realities of early 1980s United States coinage. Next top. The 1983 P United States quarter dollar is a notable issue within the historic Washington quarter series, which has featured the enduring image of George Washington since 1932, marking the bicentennial of his birth. The P Mint mark indicates that this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the oldest and most significant branches of the United States Mint. By 1983, Philadelphia coins regularly carried the P Mint mark, a practice that began in 1980 for most denominations. When described as untitled, the coin is almost certainly meant to be uncirculated, meaning it has not been used in everyday commerce and retains its original mint luster, sharp strike, and absence of wear. The obverse front of the coin features a left-facing portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, with the inscriptions Liberty prominently placed above his head, In God We Trust to the left of his neck, and the date 1983 below. These inscriptions are central to the identity of U.S. coinage. Liberty reflects the foundational value upon which the nation was built, while In God We Trust, officially adopted as the national motto in 1956, represents a long-standing cultural and historical expression of faith and trust. The reverse back of the coin showcases a classic heraldic eagle with wings spread wide, clutching arrows in one talon and an olive branch in the other, symbolizing both military readiness and a commitment to peace. Above the eagle appears United States of America, while the Latin motto E Pluribus Unum, meaning out of many one, is inscribed above the eagle's head, emphasizing unity among the states. The denomination quarter dollar is displayed below, completing the reverse design. Like other quarters of its era, the 1983 P is composed of a copper-nickel clad structure, consisting of outer layers made of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a core of pure copper, giving the coin durability and a silvery appearance without any intrinsic silver content, as silver had been eliminated from circulating quarters after 1964. What makes the 1983 P quarter particularly significant to collectors is the fact that, similar to 1982, the United States Mint did not produce official uncirculated mint sets for this year. As a result, most coins entered circulation immediately, making true uncirculated examples much harder to find compared to other years. High-grade specimens, especially those graded MS-65 or higher, are therefore more desirable and can command a premium among numismatists. Collectors carefully evaluate these coins based on several criteria, including the sharpness of the strike, particularly in Washington's hair details and the eagle's feathers, the presence of original mint luster, and the absence of contact marks, scratches, or toning. Because the coins were widely circulated, many surviving examples exhibit wear, making pristine pieces relatively scarce. Despite this, the overall mintage was still substantial, so lower-grade examples remain common and typically hold only face value. Nevertheless, the 1983 P. Washington quarter stands out as a key modern collectible due to its relative scarcity in high grades and its connection to a unique period in U.S. mint production history. Overall, an uncirculated 1983 P quarter represents not only a continuation of a classic American coin design, but also a subtle challenge for collectors, embodying the enduring national ideals expressed through its inscriptions Liberty, In God We Trust, and E Pluribus Unum, while reflecting the historical context of early 1980s United States coinage production. That next top. The 1984 D United States quarter dollar is part of a long-running Washington quarter series, a cornerstone of American coinage that has featured the likeness of George Washington since 1932, commemorating the bicentennial of his birth and continuing as one of the most recognizable coin designs in the United States. The D Mint mark on the 1984 quarter indicates that it was struck at the Denver Mint, a major production facility responsible for minting large quantities of circulating coinage. When described as untitled, the intended meaning is almost certainly uncirculated, referring to a coin that has never been used in everyday commerce and therefore retains its original mint state characteristics, including full luster, sharp design details, and no wear from handling. The obverse of the coin features a left-facing portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, with the word Liberty inscribed prominently above his head, the national motto, In God We Trust, positioned to the left of his neck, and the date 1984 placed below the portrait. These inscriptions are deeply rooted in American history and values. Liberty symbolizes the foundational principle of freedom and independence, while In God We Trust, officially adopted as the national motto in 1956, reflects a long-standing cultural expression of faith and trust in divine guidance. The reverse side of the coin displays a heraldic eagle with wings spread wide, a powerful symbol of the nation, clutching arrows in one talon to represent readiness for defense, and an olive branch in the other to signify peace. Above the eagle is the inscription, United States of America, and above the eagle's head appears the Latin phrase E Pluribus Unum, meaning out of many one, which emphasizes the unity of the states forming a single nation. The denomination quarter dollar is inscribed below the eagle, completing the classic reverse design that was used on Washington quarters until the late 1990s. The 1984 D quarter is composed of a copper-nickel clad structure, consisting of outer layers made of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a core of pure copper, giving it durability and a bright, silvery appearance without containing any precious metal, as silver had been removed from circulating quarters after 1964. In terms of mintage, the 1984 D quarter was produced in very large numbers, making it common in circulated grades and readily available at face value in everyday condition. However, collectors are particularly interested in high-grade uncirculated examples, especially those graded MS65 or higher, where the coin exhibits strong mint luster, minimal contact marks, and a sharp strike with clear details in Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers. While not considered rare, such high-quality specimens can carry a modest premium in the numismatic market. Additionally, collectors sometimes seek out coins with exceptional eye appeal or minor minting variations, though no major widely recognized varieties are associated with this specific issue. Overall, an uncirculated 1984 D Washington quarter represents both the continuity of a classic American coin design and a tangible connection to the economic and cultural landscape of the United States in the mid-1980s, embodying the enduring national ideals expressed through its inscriptions Liberty, In God We Trust, and E Pluribus Unum, while also serving as a collectible item for those interested in modern U.S. coinage and its subtle variations in quality and preservation.